Good morning, cousins. President Trump has chosen Vice President JD Vance. He has chosen Senator JD Vance as his running mate and Vice President for the 2024 election. I love this election of JD Vance. Let's talk about it really quick this morning. Thank you for your love and support. Please be sure to subscribe and thumbs up. Share this out for me. Thank you for those of you who've been leaving me comments and hanging with me in the comment section, child. You know I be trying to give y'all as much information as I can. I just be trying to get this information out to you. But I absolutely love you. I adore you. Thank you so much for your love and support. So according to the Guardian, JD Vance, 6 takeaways from Trump's pick of the Ohio senator as running mate. Let me just stop right here. I know some people are upset about him not choosing Tim Scott or Byron Daniels, and then some people are making fun of them, calling them coons. Those people, they just have problems. They are brainwashed to think that Black people should only vote for the Democratic Party. So I'm not even going to make a comment on that. I know you guys sent me a few videos. Number 2, there is no way, I don't know if you know how this works, but there's no way Tim Scott or Byron Daniels could have even thought they could be a running mate. They might be in his cabinet, but they can't be no VP. Okay, Tim Scott, senator of which of the Carolinas? Great. Tim Scott doesn't bring anything to the table. See, the thing is, you have to bring something to the table for you to be a VP. You balance out the ticket. Tim Scott brings absolutely nothing to the table. Tim Scott's state goes to Trump anyways, I think. Tim Scott state voting record. Let's see. Not Tim Scott. I think his state goes vote for Trump anyways. Let me see. Hold on. Okay, great. So Tim Scott is from South Carolina and his state vote red anyways. And number 2, a lot of Black people, again, delusional, that think Black people should only vote Democrat, thinks Tim Scott is a coon because he's a Republican. So a lot of Black people don't like Tim Scott. Tim Scott is one of the first Black Republican senators, and the other senator from Texas. I love him. What's his name? I can't remember his name. But I love him. I hope he runs for 2028. I love him. Let me look him up. Senator Will Hurd. I love him. Like, if I was single back in the day and he was single back in the day and he asked me for my number, I would have given him my number. But that's because I love smart men. I mean, I love smart men. Doesn't he look real smart? I love him. I've always loved him. So anyways, he's and Will Hurd was one of the first Black senators. So Tim Scott can't even bring in Donald Trump any Black votes because a lot of Black people don't really like Tim Scott and they think Tim Scott is a coon. Anyway, so Tim Scott can't help the ticket. And Tim Scott ain't got no wife. He ain't got no wife. He has no wife. He ran out and got him a Black girlfriend to act like he got him a wife. No, sir, you can't have no girlfriend. You cannot be a Republican with a girlfriend in the White House or VP. Okay, so Tim Scott doesn't do anything for the ticket. Byron Daniels doesn't do anything for the ticket again. Black people think he's a coon, but number 2, he's a congressman. He don't move the needle. Byron Daniels don't move the needle no way. He's a congressman. In other words, he only get about 50 people in his district to vote for him. You got to be like a senator or a governor to be on the VP ticket because they want to be able to check your record. So Byron Daniels doesn't do anything for the ticket either. He doesn't do anything for black voters. He might get a couple of black dudes, and he's married to a white woman. So black woman is going to turn their nose up on him about that. So they don't do anything for the ticket. You have to do something for the ticket. Trump chose JD Vance for the ticket, the same reason why he chose Mike Pence. In 2016, Trump was reaching out to the base. Pence is a base man. He's a traditional Republican. He is the base. Mike Pence is the base of the Republican Party. So with Mike Pence on Trump's ticket, what he's saying is, listen, I'm the base. We support him. Come on over and support him. 2016. 2020 is debatable according to some of the cousins. But I told you the Lord spoke to me that Trump was going to win 2016. He was going to put 3 justices on the court. I put it in a book. It's on Amazon. Go read it. 2020, the Lord didn't speak, but I felt he would lose because of the pandemic. But I felt in my spirit that he would come back 2020 and win. Good morning, Michael. Hi.
Who moved my money?
I don't know.
Since that is right.
So neither Tim Scott or Byron Daniels does anything for Trump ticket. We can't say he's black, so black people's going to vote. Republicans don't need the black people to vote. Republicans can win without black people, and they've been winning for years without black people. The Democrats cannot win without black people, which is why Harris is VP. Harris is VP because they threatened Biden that if you don't pick a black VP, we gonna tell black people not to vote for you. And they know once the Al Sharptons and all the old people that's been Democrats for 55 years tell black people don't vote for them, they know they're not gonna vote for them. So Biden had to choose Harris. Understand? Harris does nothing for the ticket. She couldn't even win a state. What JD Vance does for the ticket is several things, in my opinion. Even though I would have liked to see Marco Rubio, even though he's from Florida. Trump is from Florida. Florida goes red anyways. But I would have liked to see Rubio. But I'm happy with JD Vance. I thought he would choose JD Vance. He's young. He is the typical American story. Been through some things. Served his country in the Marine. I love the Marines. I don't date military men, but I just love I love the Marines. He's an entrepreneur. Wrote a book about his life. Went to Ohio State University. Went to Yale. Met and married his wife from Yale. I was listening to Vivek, and he was saying, "Oh, we're all friends. We all went to Yale together," and so on and so forth. But another thing that Vance does for Trump is Vance is from Ohio, and Ohio is the Rust Belt. And where one state go, the other state go. It's like they're all connected. They all got spirits, Anyway. But also, Vance was a never Trumper. So in making Vance VP, Trump is reaching out to the never Trumpers that, look, I have a never Trumper as a VP. But also for me, I think it tells us the future, youth. Everybody's complaining about, how old Trump and Biden is. Well, here's a young man, 39. By the time he runs for president, he'll be about 44, 45. I think that's a good age. That was around the age President Obama ran for office. Look at Trump with his Band-Aid on his ear. And they thought he was going to announce the VP on Wednesday, but he said, no, I'm going to have to do it tonight because why? His life flashed in front of him, and he needed to anoint a successor. So JD Vance is the successor of Donald J. Trump. He's our future. I like Vance. I like him. I like he was on MSNBC. They was trying to tie him up, and he stood there like this, just like a Marine, and he didn't flinch. And then he wiped the floor with them. And I cannot wait. Did y'all see my post? I posted on Facebook yesterday. I cannot wait for the debate between Vance and Harris. Babe, when I tell you I'm gonna order me some special popcorn soon as they set the date. Soon as they set the date, I'm gonna order me some popcorn. Because that debate is gonna be legendary. Sorry. But anyways, let's get to this article. I have to go, girl. It's like 100 degrees here in Jersey. I am hot. Okay. So JD Vance, 6 takeaways. Trump's pick for Ohio Senator's running mate. The hillbilly elegy author once called Trump an idiot, and now the two are running mates. Here's what to know. JD Vance, a venture. Let me take some of this stuff out so I could get to it quickly. Okay. JD Vance, a venture capitalist turned Ohio senator who rose to fame with his 2016 memoir, Hillbilly Elegy, once described himself as a never Trumper, calling the then candidate Donald Trump in 2016 an idiot, cultural heron, and a potential American Hitler. Let me just remind you, go back and watch and see what Harris said about Biden. I can hear somebody. I heard you in my spirit. Go back and see what Harris said about Biden. Okay. Now the two men are running mates, and the connection seemed to be born of personal affinity rather than cold politician calculation. Here's what to know about the former president's choice for his vice president candidate. Number one, Vance will be loyal and can turn the tables on Democrats. Yes, he can. This was on display within 2 hours of Saturday's failed assassination attempt in Butler, Pennsylvania, in a post that provoked fury among Democrats but surely earned Trump's gratitude. Vance wrote on Twitter X that the moral responsibility lay on Joe Biden. The central premise of the Biden campaign is the president, Donald Trump, is an authoritarian fascist who must be stopped at all costs. He posted that rhetoric led directly to President Trump attempted suicide. That kind of vocal backing stands him in a stark contrast with Trump's former vice president, Mike Pence, who broke decisively and bitterly with the then president by resisting his entreaties not to certify Biden's 2020 election victory in the Congress, leading to January 6, 2021, storming the Capitol of a mob. In addition, Vance has become a close friend of Trump's eldest son, Donald Jr., who made the case for him to be the running mate on the grounds that he shared his father's political vision. Number two, he will support Trump's nationalist foreign policy. I love you. I love you. Have a good day. Vance has been a leading opponent of U.S. aid to Ukraine, saying defense against China should be a much bigger priority, a position that aligns him with the man who is now his political patron. In an interview on Steve Bannon's War Room podcast earlier this year, he said, "I don't really care what happens to Ukraine one way or the other." He may also have been chosen for his youth in an election between the two oldest main candidates in U.S. history. Vance, at a relatively youthful 39, could end up becoming one of America's youngest vice president. He would not, however, be the youngest. That distinction is held by John Breckinridge, who was 36 years and 47 days when he took office as vice president to James Buckingham in 1857. Vance could conceivably become the country's youngest ever president if Trump, 78, were to die in office or step down before the end of his term. The youngest president on entering the White House was Theodore Roosevelt, who was 42 when he ascended to the position. after the assassination of President William McKinley in 1901. At 39, Vance is already old enough to be president under the terms of the U.S. Constitution, which mandates minimum age of 35. Number 4, his profile rather than his Ohio origins are probably what makes him politically attractive to Trump. Although Ohio, which Vance represents as a senator, has traditionally been a swing state, Trump won it by 8 points in 2020, having captured it against Hillary Clinton in 2016, and is expected to hold it again in November. Vance's attractions to Trump more likely lie in his appeal to white working class voters across a wider geographical area, particularly in genuine battleground states like Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin. His ability to identify with and articulate. That's the word. That's what I like about Vance. Unlike Harris. Listen, look. Articulate working class frustrations are evidenced in his personal memoir, Hillbilly Elegy, which chronicles his upbringing in the post-industrial Ohio Rust Belt in the Appalachians. Vance's abortion views are likely to turn off many female voters. He has articulated much harder line policies than Trump, who says states should determine their own policies on abortion. In contrast, Vance opposes the practice even in the case of rape or incest, although he has stopped short of saying there should be a national ban and has said exceptions should be allowed when the mother's life is at risk. Nevertheless, when he ran for Senate in 2022, his website carried a headline on the subject that read, "Ban Abortion." Number 6, he will be his master's voice on tariffs and immigration. Vance, like Trump, has argued for broad-based tariffs, a position in line with Trump, who is promising a 10% cross-the-board tariff on all foreign imports, despite warnings from economists that it will fuel inflation. He also echoes Trump on immigration, advocating the completion of the border wall on the southern frontier with Mexico and opposing an amnesty for illegal immigrants. So that's JD Vance. What do y'all think? What do y'all think about Trump's VP? So far, I like him. When I read his bio and read about his life, I was like, I like this guy. And when I hear him sweep the floor with MSNBC and CNN, I was like, oh, I love him even more. So let me know what you think in the comments. Mwah, I love you. I love you. I know I'm going to be giving y'all some more dating content. It's just that it's hot political climate. And politics is one of my great loves. Okay. I love the Bible. It's the Bible, finance, politics. Those are my 3 great loves. I absolutely love to talk about them. I love to talk about the Bible. I love to talk about finances. I love to talk about money. I have a video I'm going to try to do later about the young man that was fired from Burger King, and then the girl that's talking about she's tired of being poor, but you ain't doing nothing to be poor. You've been talking about being poor for 10 years and you're still poor 10 years later, child. Please, I cannot. All right. I love you, my darlings. And do y'all see my dress? Yes. Wait. Yeah. Yes, honey. Hubby's gonna give me $100 for lunch today, girl. $100. He said, "Oh, I gotta give you $100 for lunch today." That dress. Okay. I love y'all. Oh, I forgot to put up my banner. For those of you who want to show me love and support, shout out and welcome to all of our new cousins. I have a lot of new. I'm losing a lot of people, but I also have a lot of new people. Shout out to you. Thank you. If you want to support my channel, you can join my membership below. I'm going to be going to release some membership videos only, and you will get free books. So my new book that's coming out very soon. If you join the membership, you will get 1 or 2 or 3 copies of the new books. If you also want to show me love, if you have not picked up any of my books on Amazon, if you did but didn't leave me a glowing 5-star review, please go back. Reviews really help us on Amazon as authors, not only me, but if you ever buy a book and read it, go back and leave the author a review. It really helps us. I absolutely love you. I adore you, my darlings. I will talk with you later. Bye.